Evander, we're so happy to have you here tonight. We actually have someone who wants to challenge you to a fight.
I don't fight no more.
First pro fight ever was across the street in the Garden.
Yes.
1984?
Yeah, 84.
You fought a long time.
Well, I did, yeah, because it took that long to get the job done.
What were you thinking in your first pro fight in a building like the Garden?
Well, it was amazing to fight in the Garden, you know, your first fight, and then to get that much money, that was even more amazing, you know. Me being a kid, come from the project, I used to make $8,000. I had 3 jobs, and
What were the jobs?
I was a lifeguard. I worked at the stadium, and I worked at the airport, and so.
What do you do at the airport?
I gas airplanes.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
I feel like you'd be like the best TSA guy ever.
No, they had me out there in that cold weather.
So you have your first fight. I mean, what you win the fight. I mean, how do you feel? Are you just elated?
Well, I was, because the fact of the matter, for one thing, fighting in Madison Square Garden, and it didn't make no difference who I fought. I thought that when you good, you can beat anybody. Well, I fought a guy that looked just like Joe Louis. His name was Lionel Bauer. And he wouldn't, whatever I hit him with, he just kept coming like that. So, that was my first time going 6 rounds. I made it.
You would fight anybody, and now some of these boxers are all worried about their record. They're all worried to fight people. What do you think of that?
They're taking away from the game, because when people pay to see the fight, they pay to see you do something they wouldn't do.
Right.
And I go to a rodeo. I wouldn't dare get on that bull, but I go see somebody else get on that bull. So I kind of feel the same thing in boxing. They just paying to see you do something that they wouldn't dare do, and like that would make you that star.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it, but it would not end well for me. I have a lanky physique. I'm not very strong. But I got to ask you this: Are you cool with Mike Tyson now?
Of course. I've always been cool with Mike. What he did wasn't nothing that I wasn't accustomed to.
That was crazy to see. I mean, even when it happened, I remember just how you react. You kind of like came at him hard after that.
Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to bite him back, though. I'm getting ready to bite him back. He was fortunate that I did bite him back, because I wanted to. Even though I wanted to, but I realized they always catch the second person, and he get bad. They get you bad when you catch a second.
That's true.
Yeah.
The person that retaliates is the one who always gets in trouble.
More.
Yeah.
Because, they said, you did it on purpose. I did it on purpose.
Do you think he did it because he just was like, I can't beat you, and I'm frustrated?
Of course, it was frustration, and I would think it that, because the fact is, I'm the youngest one in my family, so my brother would get me in a headlock, and I tell them I give. They so let me go. If they didn't let me go, I'm gonna bite them. And so if I bit them hard enough, they gonna be holding, and I'm gonna get to my mom before they get a chance to hit me again.
So this all started at home.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Huge family, right?
I'm the youngest of 9.
Youngest of 9.
Yeah.
But at what point did they realize that you could take them in a fight?
Well, I turned 16, then I was good.
So at what point did you start boxing? Because
I started at 8.
8 years old. So you're very close with your mom, and what was her opinion of this fighting? I mean, I feel like most moms would be terrified of this.
Well, she was, but she didn't tell me. She didn't tell me I got ready to fight for the heavyweight title. After all those years, she never did tell me. She didn't come to the fight. She only came to 2 fights. She came to the one that I was in the Olympic trial, I lost. And she came to the one that I got disqualified in the Olympics, I lost. So she told me she was bad luck. I said, Mama, you know we don't even believe in luck. Like that. But then when I got ready to fight for the heavyweight title, and I asked her, Mama, you got to come. And so the night of the fight, she told me, she said, not the night of the fight, the morning of the fight, she said, son, can I come and talk to you? I said, okay. That's my first time my mama ever asked me, can I come up and talk to you? My mama just said what she wanted to say. But this time she asked me, and she said, son, do you mind if I just stay in the room and pray for you? I said, why? She said, son, I can't stand to see nobody hit you. She said, you know, I said, well, okay. Then she said, are you going to have a party after? I said, well, yeah. She said, okay, then I just save me the first dance. And I knocked the guy in the third round, and that was it. But I found out that she couldn't stand to see me get hit.
I understand. My mom says that she's going to pray for me every night when I tape this show, so I get it. But who was the toughest that you ever went against?
I'd say Dwight Muhammad Kwawi. I fought him in '86 in Atlanta. It was a 15-round fight. I lost 15 pounds. That's how tough that fight was.
Wow.
And you know, matter of fact, after the fight, they had to carry me to the doctor, and I told my manager, you can keep this belt. I'm not gonna fight no more. He said, Evander, please, you'll never have a fight as tough as that. But you know, that stayed on my mind. I said, I'm a little too young to be dying. You know, I was 23 years old, and I went from 8 rounds to 15. And so when they changed the rulings, and brought it down to 12, it was better.
That's better, and that's your hometown too, right, Atlanta?
Yes.
So you're in your hometown. Did you have people at that match?
Oh, sure. I had a lot of people at the match, but you know, everybody thought I was a fool to fight that guy. They said, do you know if that guy went to jail for killing his daddy? That's the whole thing that people talk about. And, you know, it wasn't even about me. It was just like, man, dude, he fought his way out of prison.
That is a horrifying bill right there.
Well, you know, but you know, you have to suck it up.
Yeah. So did he really kill his dad?
Well, that's what they said. I didn't ask him.
So he's the toughest. Who else? I mean, you fought Foreman. You were at the beginning. He was towards the end. I mean, not beginning. Yeah. You were 28, right?
I was 29.
29.
George.
And I mean, he still had a strong punch, or was he?
Of course, he can hit. That's the only thing he could hit. He hit hard. He hit me harder than anybody, and so he got one lick, and that was enough. But you know, he hit me in the 12th round. I said, "Oh God, man, did he knock all my teeth out?" And you know, I mean, he hit real hard.
You lived such a different life than me. That's crazy to think about. And so you view it as not just a sport, but also as entertainment.
It is. Because you know, you're an entertainer. That's the reason people like you. They come and see a show, and you know, they get ticked out. You and they just like go see somebody sing. He can't sing. You know, you want to boo the person off the stage. You came to see something that they do better than you.
Right.
When people just grab and hug and all that, people didn't pay to see that.
You know who I think needed a hug? The guy who killed his daddy.
well, he probably did. You know.
We're back on People Talking Sports. What a panel we have today. Back with us for more is Evander the Real Deal Holyfield. We got the exotic Stabby Baby filling in for Anthony. The network's not happy with him. He's in Aruba. And of course, John Wallace, who it's his 5th time on the show, is now a member of the 5 Timers Club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, baby.
Yeah. So we got you the 5 Timers Club. We're very happy.
Now I can stay warm tonight. Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You were just saying that you guys did the Evander workout in Miami.
Yeah, so when I was with Miami Heat, we used to do Evander has like a unique set of sit-ups he used to do back in the day.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like one leg up, both legs down, and he'd do like a circuit of like 200.
Oof.
And then it was like beyond hard. It was like, you know, you had to take a break, and the trainer down there at the time was telling us how Evander used to do this. He'd do like 1,000 straight. Am I right? Something like that?
Well, that was more than I ever did.
Oh. All right, well, maybe he was just trying to get us, and he was embellishing a little bit. But, you know, we were pushing ourselves, and to get to the 200 was always a tough mark. But the Evander Holyfield workout is a serious workout. That's why he's the real deal, Holyfield.
Wow. I used to do Richard Simmons sweating to the oldies with my mother. That was tough. I never made it to the end of that. But yeah.
I do Zumba.
Yeah.
Now, the Cavs are looking very old right now, and they said to turn their season around, they're going to try to start sleeping more. That's the problem?
Well, I guess if you get enough sleep, you can be well rested, but I'm sure those guys are getting enough sleep. Look, they're just not playing well right now. There's all these excuses out there. They're not playing well, and me being a Knick guy, I don't care if they're not playing well.
How about you? Have you watched any of the Cavs yet, Evander?
Well, I'm a Hawks guy.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Tough season.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But, I don't worry about nobody else.
Yeah.
I hear you.
No, I don't know. I mean, the Cavs, it is crazy. It's like sleeping more because you're doing poorly at work is not a plan. It's depression. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how you turn your season around. They're going to start wearing sweatpants everywhere, you know? I don't know. It's just like, it's tough. And they are old. That's what LeBron said. He was like, we're old. Whenever we can sleep in, we need to take that. But it's like, just don't sign old players. That's the real answer. You know
Well, I
what
like
I mean?
they're saying things that like an angry girlfriend would say, you know?
Yeah.
I just need to sleep more.
Yeah.
Also, I need to start, not skipping meals anymore.
Right.
Why am I crying? It's not your fault. I don't know.
Kyle Korver's hangry. That's the problem.
Thanksgiving is around the corner. What athlete are you most thankful for?
I like Tavares from Islanders.
Oh, John Tavares. Yes, great goal scorer, nice guy, very handsome. Has a crush on me, which is weird.
Thanksgiving probably doesn't mean too much to us in Australia.
Peter Forsberg.
Ah, Forsberg. Is he Swedish?
Yes.
My mother's Swedish.
Is she?
No, I just made that up. Sorry.
The judge.
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker's from France? I had no idea. I'm learning this. I thought he was from Illinois. Aaron Rodgers. Oh, two Aarons. I like Hank Aaron, so we got a triple Aaron going on here.
Dan Marino.
Really? Are you a Dolphins fan?
No.
We're back on People Talking Sports. Ozo Joe List. So, athletes you guys are thankful for. Who are you thankful for, Evander?
Thankful for my mom.
I don't know if that answer works, but it's the one we're going with. How about you, John?
I'm thankful for Kristaps Porzingis.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, he's playing well. He's got the Knicks in the hunt. I'm ecstatic that he's coming into his own. He's actually becoming like a superstar before our eyes. He's bringing it on a nightly basis.
Yeah.
He's got to be like himself and the Greek Freak's got to be like the toughest covers in the league right now, and probably more so Kristaps because he can shoot it better than the Greek Freak. So, but I'm really thankful for Kristaps. He's having a great year and he's really propelling the Knicks into the playoff hunt.
Yeah. Well, you said mine. I mean, for sure, Giannis is the one I'm thankful for. And you're right. Kristaps with the three is like, it's a whole other dimension. But Giannis, as a Greek guy, to have. You know how many, all of my life, I've had to watch the Greek basketball team? It's just 6'2" balding guys doing chest passes. You know what I mean? A lot of fundamentals, not a lot of good stuff. We finally got a guy who can dunk on everyone. It's incredible. I can't wait.
Mine was Kristaps. I mean, we talked about it before the show. I love Kristaps, but I'm gonna go even further. I'm gonna say this whole team right now I'm thankful for because Tim Hardaway Jr., there was a lot of question marks when we signed him, I think, and he's really surpassed expectations, I think.
And what about Jared Jack? He's been playing. Scott Perry brought him in, kind of a last-minute addition. He's been great. He's the consummate pro. He's great, probably for Frank to learn and really be a sponge and learn from a guy who carries himself with such in a regal way, that Jared Jack does.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say my mom, because I think she's watching.
Yeah. My mom too, Venetia.
All of our moms.
Love you.
All of our moms. But yeah, you know, I'm also thankful for Enes Kanter. You know, that fight with the Cavs the other night, it was nice to have a guy get in LeBron's face.
Yeah.
You can't really call it a fight, but
Right.
you know, I played in the '90s when, you know, actually punches were thrown. I wouldn't call it a fight, but I like that he kind of went chest to chest and they smelled each other's breath.
Speaking of fights, did you hear about this Lonzo Ball? This is like a weird story. He just avoided a fight. He just, I guess KCP from his team got into a fight with someone on the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, it was the Suns-Lakers game. Yeah, and there was like a big skirmish, and Walton calls timeout. And the second they call timeout, Lonzo sees the guys fighting and just walks towards Walton. He was like, I don't know if he avoided the fight or if he saw like a pair of Louis Vuitton glasses unattended. You know, maybe he just wanted to pick a couple up.
But he did it. He said to avoid the technical. He's like, why, they're not going to fight anyway. Why should I get a technical? You know, what do you make? You'd fight. You'd stay. I know you would.
Well, not really. Not really. You know, when you get paid to fight, you don't fight for free.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So.
And plus, your hands are licensed, so you can't fight, right?
well, yeah, it costs you more money to fight than just leave it alone.
Well, that's true. With the rules now, you get suspended for a technical. Like, was it 8 technicals? You get suspended. Maybe he is right. I still just don't like it. I think you got to fake like you're gonna fight.
Well, all that started back when Greg Anthony left the bench in street clothes, and that big fight happened with the Knicks. And you know, even like, you know, in the '97 playoffs, we lost because of, you know, guys getting suspended, and literally, a couple of guys literally took one step over the line and stepped right back, and they got suspended.
It's the dumbest rule.
Oh,
It's happened
God.
a lot. Yeah.
It's
That Suns Spurs series. Remember the 7 seconds or less Suns? They got screwed by that rule. And I mean, look, fine, it is a tough rule, but that's not what the situation Lonzo was in. You know, I don't know. Like, if your teammate did that, what would you think about him? You know, especially put him in Lonzo's situation where everyone's kind of questioning his toughness. He's up and down. I don't know. What do you think?
That wasn't allowed when I played. It just, you know, everyone was involved.
Right.
You know, if a fight broke out, you're right in the middle of it.
Right.
And until they started implementing those rules, and, you know, guys worried about their checks and all that. But even some guys still, they just snap sometimes, or they just they're loyal. You see your teammate fighting, you're fighting, like, you know. So I don't know. Hopefully, you know, goes over well out there in LA. You know, LA's had a lot of drama in the last couple of years with that, and the whole. They got rid of D'Angelo Russell because of the situation with Nick Young. Yeah. See, when we played that stuff just wasn't allowed.
We're back on People Talking Sports. This is an interesting one. I mean, you're the perfect person to talk to about this. The second fastest KO ever, Zolani Teat. The fight lasted 11 seconds. Like, you pay to go to see this fight, it lasts 11 seconds. It is a little weird.
I know.
Yeah, but what about the guy who knocked him out on 11 seconds? He trained, he did his job.
Yeah.
So, you know, now he's on to the next fight. He's worried about his next fight. That guy's done and over with. So you got to give him credit for being, you know, super, you know, really prepared for it.
And, as you said, you got to be fearless, and he went for it. He went for the punch right away. So
yeah, you stand a chance to get clocked back a lot of the time when you do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened when Evander fought Mike Tyson the very first time. Mike Tyson comes out, immediately hits him with a left hook that probably drops 99.9% of every American. But that guy right there is in a 0.1 percentile, and he answered that punch, and that's what made Mike Tyson frustrated right from the start, is that punch. Like, because he normally comes out and imposes his will on you, and then he met the guy who just couldn't impose his will on.
Yeah.
And he crumbled.
Yeah. Stavros is like the guy at People Talking Sports.
Yes.
You can't knock him out. He's got an iron chin.
Iron chin, that's right. The only guy who ever knocked me out was Joey Wright, because I beat him at foosball, and I think he's in prison now. So.
You're not on social media at all, but are you on social media?
Well, I guess somebody's on it. It's not.
That's a hell of a plug. So, you know, Kevin Durant saying that Jordan never had to go through what he's going through right now. The critiques on social media.
Is he serious? Jordan was so critiqued by everyone, you know, from his gambling situations and all that. I mean, but Jordan really had laser focus. You know, so what? He went to the casino the night before game. He came in with laser focus, and that was his whole thing. But
it's harder. It is harder to unplug now. Like Jordan could
But to say someone was more critiqued than Michael Jordan, like Jordan was expected to win every single year.
Yeah.
You know?
But imagine someone's like sees Jordan at the casino and just tweets a picture of him gambling till 4 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they were doing that without the tweeting and the social media because we all knew what he was doing, right? We all knew what Jordan was doing.
Right. But
I mean, it's Jordan. Right. When he steps out, whether, you know, paparazzi or whatever, we know what Jordan was doing at all times. He lived in the biggest fishbowl of any athlete, I think. So, I mean, to say someone's being more critiqued than Jordan, I just think that's not true.
Well, he took some of the heat off LeBron because people were so mad when LeBron left. Then Durant kind of became the focus. LeBron's a free agent at the end of the year. Maybe he comes to the Knicks. And
I tell you what, no one's going to tell Evander not to.
Evander, take the call right here.
I can't even believe that thing was on.
Well, I think it's about that time to wrap things up here at People Talking Sports. This has been a great show. Evander, thank you so much for coming by. It's been such a pleasure to have you.
It was great.
John Wallace, as always, the Five-Timers Club.
People's Talking Sports Hall of Fame.
And, of course, the exotic Stavi baby. Keep talking about People Talking Sports. Thanks a lot, guys.